Hello everyone, happy Earth Day. Today I wanted to show you guys how to make these recycled lucky stars. I decided to make some with magazine pages, and I've always wanted to make these stars, but I never had any luck in them making this kind of puffed up balloon shape. And I finally figured it out today, and they're definitely not perfect, but I was just so happy that I figured out how to actually make them. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make these. They're relatively simple to make. I did have a few struggles with a few of them, but I will show you that when we get to that in this video. So we're going to start with a ruler, and because I am doing some recycling, I am using magazine pages. If you prefer, you can use a blank sheet of paper and color it, or you could just use a blank one, fully blank one. You can doodle on a piece of paper. If you have paper strips for this, you can use that as well. I just wanted to recycle, so that is what I'm doing. So I'm going across the paper and doing 1 centimeter lines, and this will just help me when I make my 1 centimeter strips. So I just line up the ruler with those lines as best as I can, and then I draw my line, and then I will just cut that with some scissors. Okay, and then here I also wanted to show you guys, if you want to draw more than one strip, I think this is probably pretty self-explanatory, but I just did more than one mark at a time down the page so that I could cut out more than one strip at a time. So then I just drew those lines and cut them, and then we have our strip of paper, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the lucky stars. So this top piece you're going to bend backwards. You're going to bend a small, like a short section backwards, and then over to your left. And then you will bend behind that corner on your left and up and down inside your star. Then we are going to wrap this strip of paper, and I decided to wrap it backwards because I wanted the pink to show, and I didn't figure out which way to correctly do it, so I'd have that. So I just bent it backwards instead of forwards. But anyway, we're just going around this kind of, I guess you would say it's like clockwise, wrapping that strip of paper clockwise around your middle of your star. And then once you get to your end, sometimes I found it to be too long for me, so I've had to cut off a little bit. But you're going to want to weave it into the middle to create your star. So I struggled with this because I couldn't see the one sheet, like the little part of the paper. It's supposed to go in between that purple piece and then, but also the other one. So it's not supposed to go right through, it's supposed to go right inside, which I think, oh, maybe I didn't fix it in that one, but usually I try to put it right inside the whole, like the two sheets, or the two parts of the strip, you know. But anyways, so now I take my two tips of my finger. You don't want to use your nail because I've tried that before and it didn't work. You want to press with just the edges of your fingers onto each point of the star to make your points. And then this is gonna create your star shape. I did realize after that that one wasn't actually super perfect, but I thought it looked okay at the time, so I'll show you guys that after. So here I am just doing it again because I learn best with repetition. So if you guys learn best visually and you just like to learn by watching, I'm doing this again. And as you can see, I had to cut off a bit from the top, but also like it didn't seem to fit right in there. I think that might be like just how I bent the paper. Like I think I need to make the corners more equal next time because it seemed to have too much overlap. And sometimes I wondered maybe it was the thickness of the paper, like if I didn't fully have the paper even enough. So if you do have a rotary cutter or like one of those scrapbook paper cutters, that would be better so that you have even lines. But I didn't pull mine out, so I just decided to do it with a ruler. But it still worked relatively well that way as well. So yeah, so then you're just wrapping around, you're wrapping from each corner to its kind of, I guess, opposite corner. The one I guess you would call maybe parallel, almost parallel. I don't know that it'd be fully parallel, but almost parallel from each other. And then you're going to tuck it right inside, as you can see in this one. And this is the one you can see here I did struggle with, so I just left this in to show you guys that it doesn't always work that well. Like a lot of mine, I did pretty well with. This one I struggled. I don't know why. Like I pressed the one side in and then it crushed like the other like edge. So that one I just kind of gave up with, but I wanted to leave this in so you guys could see that it just takes some practice. And honestly, this was the first time I actually got a lot of stars to work before they didn't. And I had actually tried this before and ended up with a bunch that just didn't want to work right before. But that's when I thought I was supposed to use my nail to press in the edges, but you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to use your fingertips. So here is the ones that turned out a little wonky. I just wanted to show you guys those. In case you're a little discouraged, you can do this.